Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Today is game number 3 of the 2025 season and the first game of California Collegiate League play for the Crawdads. I'm Charlie Limoncelli, joined by Casey Casliner. Casey, we've got the Alameda Merchants and the Walnut Creek Crawdads on tap. The Merchants are 2-0 on this season. They've had some pretty good appearances so far, all things considered, and this is a very big test, all things considered, for the Crawdads as well. Let's just do a quick, I don't know, what do you think needs to happen today for the Crawdads to come home with a victory? Because last night they lost 3-2 in the exhibition game against the Anchors, and then they lost 4-2 on Wednesday against Berkovich Honors from Head First Baseball. What needs to happen today in order to convert to a win?
Yeah, well, they left a lot of guys on base yesterday, and of course, the later pitching is what kind of died down. The pitching was spectacular through the first 8 or so innings, and then, of course, at the end, that's where the Anchors kind of jumped on Cam Krogan and the Crawdads. But obviously, converting those base runners and not making silly mistakes on the base pass is going to be huge for the Crawdads because, again, they've only scored 4 runs in 2 games. So that's not super strong. We want to up that here, and playing against a Merchants team that's riding high. A couple of wins for them on the road, and again, 2-0 to start the year. So Crawdads making their first CCL game here, trying to defend their CCL North title.
Absolutely. It's going to be an interesting battle today. We'll start with the Crawdads' defensive lineup today. We'll start at first base, John Ewens, the left-hander. Then moving to second, Chris Esquivel. At shortstop today, new Crawdad, number 10, Jesus Vasquez, a right-hander. We'll go a very in-depth conversation about him later, Casey, but he is a fascinating player that you folks at home are going to want to pay attention to. Then at third base, Riley Leininger started yesterday, played pretty well, has been a standout defensively. Moving into the outfield, in left is Casey Levitt-McGee. He'll be hitting second today. Then Trey Johnson in center, and Matt Gonzalez playing right field. Then pitching today for the Crawdads, Brady Wilson, the right-hander. He's seen some action at the plate. He's 2 for 4, I do believe, on the season, and he's going to have a pretty tall task with this Merchants lineup.
Yeah, good to see him getting on the mound for the first time, and of course going to Pacific next year. Probably want to figure out a little bit more what position he truly wants to play, and has all this summer to kind of figure that out.
So we'll do a quick overview of the Alameda Merchants lineup while we've got some time, as both the head coaches for each of these teams meet at home plate. Of course, Brant Cummings for the Walnut Creek Crawdads and T.C. Fairfield for the Alameda Merchants heading over. So we'll start with the Merchants lineup. Leading off, Dominic Najjar playing center field today. Then Ben Ryland, the right fielder, hitting second. Jackson Nystrom playing left and hitting third. Angelo Luna, the first baseman, hitting cleanup. Emmett Finney, the designated hitter, in the 5-hole. Jace Jeremiah, the shortstop, hitting 6th. Chase Dittmar, the third baseman, hitting 7th. Mateo Mendoza, the catcher, hitting 8th. And Caleb Latimer, the second baseman, hitting in the 9 slot. Casey, out of these guys, who do you think is most scary in the Merchants order?
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised that Jack Bullinger didn't get the start today because he's been phenomenal in his collegiate ranks. But of course, a lot of guys in this lineup that play for either D1 or D2 schools. I look at Emmett Finney, San Jose State guy, hasn't had a hit yet for the Merchants, but he's been really solid. Of course, transferred to San Jose State last year. Also, Jace Jeremiah as well, playing at St. John's and coming off his best season there, he hit 312. So I want to see those guys' production.
Absolutely. So they're going to have, a pretty significant test themselves when we look over at Brady Wilson, the Sacramento City College guy, like you mentioned, committed to the University of Pacific for the fall season. Wilson last year played in both his freshman and sophomore years, he's both pitched and hit. His pitching stats from 2025, 11 starts, 13 appearances, went 3-4 with a 4.58 ERA, 59 innings. He's looked rather effective throughout his collegiate career, Casey. What do you think he needs to be on top of today? You interviewed him actually before the game. What was that conversation like?
Yeah, he seemed really excited to, get the start today. Of course, the games start mattering now. This is CCL play. I think really just getting the command down. We saw a really good command yesterday from Aiden White, who ended up going 3 2/3, and probably more than he anticipated. So we'll see how Wilson translates today, of course, a guy who earned the ball on opening day in CCL. So it's obviously a big honor and something that he'll want to take and run with.
Absolutely. He did mention to us before the game he's supposed to be on a sort of pitch count, so probably only going to see 2 innings out of him unless potentially he's got a low pitch count after the 2nd inning and he feels good. Maybe Coach Cummings will let him continue to pitch until he hits that limit, but likely going to be a brief appearance for Brady Wilson, all things considered, as we get a nice look at the Crawdads huddling up beyond their dugout.
And wearing those black jerseys for the first time today. Not too bad, pretty sharp.
Yeah, they look very nice. Black jerseys, red lettering, and of course those gray pants with some black pinstripes. And the stirrups to hold the pants high so you can see those black socks. And here we go. The Crawdads take the field for the first time in California Collegiate League play. Another quick rundown of the defense for the Crawdads. Ewens at first, Esquivel at second, Vasquez playing short, Leininger at third, Levitt McGee in left, Dronson in center field, Gonzalez playing right. Brady Wilson, the man on the hill today. Casey, this lineup for the Merchants is right-handed heavy today.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. So potentially could be an advantage for Wilson on the bump.
Yeah, 5 through 9 for Alameda are all righties, and then of course the leadoff man Najjar and the 3-hole Jackson Nystrom also righties. So 2 lefties in that lineup for Alameda. Brady Wilson, another guy who's going to take the transition to the D1 level, going to Pacific up in Stockton next season, a place that multiple Crawdads are either going to or have had experience playing at.
Indeed. Another pitcher scheduled to pitch later today, Nathan Nino, will be a future teammate of Brady Wilson at Pacific, like Dylan McShane, who pitched 2 days ago on Wednesday. It's another Pacific guy.
Pretty historic program up there in the West Coast Conference, and a lot of West Coast Conference guys in the CCL. Jared Medham, Chris Esquivel, both St. Mary's guys, and on the Merchants as well, some guys from Santa Clara. Pretty well-represented conference here in the CCL.
Indeed it is. Looks like we'll get one more warm-up pitch, and then things will get underway. Joe Coupland, the backstop today for the Crawdads. Neglected to mention that earlier, but you folks are now informed as Dominic Najjar, the center fielder, takes the batter's box for the first time today. Najjar steps in. Brady Wilson gets set on the rubber. Turns, winds, deals, and we're underway. First pitch, 4:03 p.m. Goes for a ball, 1-0. Wilson kicks and fires again. Foul ball over towards us here on the first base side. Out of play. Count evens, 1 apiece. Wilson deals inside for a strike. 1-2 count on Najjar. Man from Cal State East Bay, a native of local Hayward, where we were playing today. Wilson's 1-2, strike 3 looking. Got him with the breaking ball.
Yeah, it looked like the changeup there. Really good location on kind of the back half of that at bat, locating in the zone and starting the game off well.
Here's the right fielder, Ben Ryland. Native of Villa Park, California, goes to Oklahoma State. He did not play this spring. Just completed his freshman season for a very deep Cowboy squad. First offering from Wilson. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. In 2 games with the Merchants, Ryland hitting .400. He's got 2 hits with a run batted in. Trying to get something started here in the top of the first. The 0-1 clips the low part of the zone. Strike 2. Wilson looking good so far, Casey.
Yeah, he's really taking control of the zone and not really trying to do anything fancy.
Wilson trying to get the put away. Gets a swinging strike. Coupland drops it, but throws to Ewens in time. 2 straight strikeouts to start the top of the first inning. Brings up Jackson Nystrom, playing left field today. Nystrom goes to University of San Francisco, just completed his junior year. Did not see any action though. Swings and misses at the first offering. Off-speed pitch low and away. Wilson sets, kicks and deals the 0-1. Chopper over to Leininger at third. Fields cleanly, throws in time. Ewens fields it, and that will be the final out of the top of the first inning. Brady Wilson makes quick work of the top of the Merchants order. So we'll head to the bottom of the first, and the Crawdads will take their first hacks of the day right after this. Don't go anywhere here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to Game 3 on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. It's bottom of the first inning here, nothing ball game. Crawdads set to take their first at-bats of the day. They're facing Luke Giota for the Merchants, man committed to Cal Berkeley. Last appeared at Delta College in 2024, his sophomore campaign. Made 7 appearances, 3 starts, went 1-1 with a 4.86 ERA in 11 and 2/3 innings pitched.
That was really good strikeout stuff. 2024 at Delta had 9 K per 9. Really solid.
Absolutely. Some very good stuff. Graduated from Central Valley Christian High School as a native of Visalia, California. And he's going to face the newest Walnut Creek Crawdad, KC. That's Jesus Vasquez playing shortstop today. The right-hander from Hayward, California. Vasquez just wrapped up his freshman season at Laney College where he was electric. 43 games, hit .402 with 76 hits, 28 runs batted in, 17 extra bases, and 14 steals. This is a real 5-tool kind of player. He's got the hit tool, the power, the speed, the defense, the arm. Head coach Brent Cummings very excited to add Vasquez to this roster.
Pretty opportune time to join too, right? Beginning CCL play and trying to make a mark here in leadoff.
Absolutely, trying to nab his first hit as a Crawdad. Giota stretches his arms out, toes the rubber. Gets a sign from Mendoza, the backstop. Kicks and deals, swing and a miss. Vasquez was looking at that fastball. Giota taking his time. Sets, kicks, and deals the 0-1. Bounces a fastball out in front of the plate for the first ball of the at-bat. Vasquez, a 2024 graduate of James Logan High School here in nearby Hayward. A couple years of varsity baseball there. The 1-1 from Giota. High fastball, 2-1. Casey, we haven't seen a breaking ball yet from Giota. It's been 3 straight fastballs.
Yeah, and he hasn't really been able to locate yet. Got the one first initially around the letters, but since been kind of low and away.
Giota readies. And the 2-1. Vasquez slaps this one towards the right field side, but it's foul. Count evens, 2-2. Vasquez only 9 strikeouts his freshman season to 16 walks. Very disciplined hitter, working with a 2-strike count. The 2-2 delivery from Giota. Flared into the shallow infield. Working across, that's Jeremiah to make the snag. And that's the first out of the bottom of the first inning.
I thought maybe he could flare that one into the outfield, but it just kind of died in the wind a little bit.
Yeah, wind is definitely serious right now, blowing around some of the papers here, clearly affecting the ball trajectory. But here's Casey Levitt McGee playing left field today for the Crawdads. McGee 3 for 8 on the season, 2 doubles and a single, all of which came on Wednesday. Went 0 for 3 yesterday. Giota with the first offering. Fastball finds the zone for a strike. 0-1. McGee's been rather impressive in his first 2 games with the Crawdads. KC, what do you think his approach is here with nobody on, 1 down in the bottom of the first?
Just trying to create something, get on. Again, like you said, he's had a knack for getting on a variety of different ways through the first 2 games.
The 0-1 from Giota. Bounces in the dirt, ball 1. Looks like an off-speed pitch that left the hand a little too late.
Yeah, Levin McGee went hitless yesterday, but in that first game had 3 knocks all to the outfield and 1 for an extra base hit.
Levitt McGee, the Laney College man, committed to Cal State Bakersfield for next year. Steps in, ready at the left side of the plate. The 1-1 from Giota. McGee holds his swing. He moved his hips as he takes a high fastball for a ball. Giota committed to Cal Berkeley. 2 in-state guys squaring off. Giota with the 2-1. Laced into center field and down for a base hit. Casey Levitt McGee gets the party started for the Crawdads. Center fielder Najar had no chance at that one. Just a great line drive into the left center gap.
Yeah, did a really good job of getting bat to ball. You could hear it from our view and dropping that one right in front.
So here's John Ewens, the first baseman from Baylor, working with a man aboard here in the bottom of the first. 1 down. Another lefty against the right-handed Giota. First offering from the Berkeley man. Fastball clips the low part of the zone, strike 1. Ewens has not recorded a hit yet with the Crawdads, Casey, 0 for 4 in the last 2 days, so potentially due. Plenty of power in that left-handed swing.
Yeah, he's been kind of platooning first base. We'll see if he can kind of lock down that position.
The 0-1. Levitt McGee takes off, swing and a miss, but he's in there safely to steal second. Ewan swings at that 0-1 offering, so it's quickly an 0-2 count. But a runner in scoring position now.
Really good slide there. That was not a bad throw from Mendoza behind the dish.
And a good jump, too. McGee's plenty fast. Crawdads have only scored 4 runs in the last 2 games, trying to get something going early. Wind picking up. Jota looks back at second. And the 0-2. Fastball way high out of the zone. Ball 1. Ewans saw action in 11 games this past season with Baylor, 4 starts. Got 3 hits, 3 runs batted in. Struck out 6 times, hitting 158. The rising sophomore. The 1-2 from Giota. Chopper right towards second. Latimer fields, throwing on a hop. Gets Ewans in time, but Levitt McGee moves to third. So Ewans a productive out, but an out nonetheless.
Yeah, hit it right in a perfect spot to force Latimer to, again, shift kind of to his right, allowing Levitt McGee with good speed to advance to third.
So here's the catcher today, hitting cleanup, Joe Coupland for the Crawdads. Just finished his sophomore year at Chabot College, where we are playing today. First offering, slap to Latimer at second, fields cleanly, fires to first in time. And Giota allows the first base runner, but wraps up the rest of the Crawdads order. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll head to the top of the second as we continue today's CCL action right here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. Nothing ball game here in the top of the second inning. Alameda Merchants and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Merchants taking their second at-bats of the day. Angelo Luna, the left-handed first baseman, up to the plate. Just finished his freshman season at St. Edward's University, where in 30 games he hit .294, 9 extra bases, 9 runs batted in. And here's immediately a single into deep center field. Trey Johnson, the center fielder, not there in time. Quick leadoff base hit for the Merchants. Emmett Finney, the DH, up next. Jace Jeremiah, Chase Dittmar after him.
Saw Brady Wilson just keeping it over the heart of the plate, and eventually guys will figure that out, so it might see him go to the off speed here.
Here's Finney, the first baseman and outfielder from San Jose State, playing designated hitter today. Takes the first offering from Wilson as the wind kicks up again. 0-1 count. Finney only appeared in 4 games this spring for the Spartans. 3 at-bats. Got 1 hit by pitch, allowed him to reach. As here's a passed ball Gets around Coupland and Luna able to take second, moving into scoring position with nobody out. So Wilson working into a little bit of early trouble. Man in scoring position already. Prior to last season though, Finney played at Chabot College, hit .376 in 46 appearances in 2024. As he takes off speed inside, 2-1 count. Finney whirling his bat, puts it on the shoulder. Wilson set on the rubber, looks back to Luna at second. Steps off. Luna has to dive into second, no throw. Very windy day today. Folks, apologize if that is being picked up on these microphones. Anyways, 2-1, broken bat. Through the gap, Esquivel can't field it over at second. Luna has to stop at third. And that's back-to-back base hits for the Merchants. Runners on the corners, no one out in the top of the second. Wilson in trouble, Casey.
Yeah, we saw him really succeed in the first inning and kind of get down guys with ease. But here he's, again, just kind of leaving a little too much over the heart of the plate. And the Merchants have some really good hitters. Not going to be able to rely on that.
Speaking of really good hitters, Jace Jeremiah, the St. John's man, hit .312 in 32 games as a senior this spring with the Red Rave. .17 runs batted in, 29 hits, 6 extra bases, working with 2 on. First offering from Wilson against the righty, outside for a ball. Jeremiah, native of local San Mateo, but goes to school all the way in New York. 1-0, finds the zone. Good strike from Wilson, 1-1. Wilson kicks, delivers. Ball bounces, Coupland can't get to it quickly enough, which allows Finney to take second on the passed ball. So a couple wild pitches now have allowed the runners to move early into scoring position.
Yeah, and Finney was taking off even before that ball got in the dirt. So a good heads-up play for him, and again, 2 runners in scoring position.
Indeed, Coupland had no chance of throw behind the dish there. Here's the 2-1 from Wilson. Off speed, just high. So now it's a 3-1 count for Jeremiah. Think he has the green light here, Casey?
I think you do with 2 guys on.
The 3-1. He does swing and fouls it off to the first base side over the Merchants dugout. Out of play. Now the count full. Wilson gets the call and the payoff. Another foul ball, same spot. Over the Merchants dugout towards the first base side. We'll do this again.
Good job there for Wilson. Just keep attacking, and looks like still a little bit late on it, Jeremiah is.
The payoff once more. Ripped into right field. Gonzalez makes the throw. Excuse me, the catch. Throws in. Allows a runner to score, though. That's Luna coming in from third. And Finney able to move to third from second. So it's a sac fly RBI for Jace Jeremiah. Still a runner in scoring position. 1 down here for Chase Dittmar, the third baseman. Dittmar just wrapped up his redshirt sophomore year at University of Nevada, Las Vegas. First offering from Wilson is high, 1-0. Ditmar didn't see a ton of action this spring as he takes the 1-0 pitch for a strike. He had 19 games, 13 of which he started, hit 188 in 48 at-bats, but his freshman year, his redshirt freshman year at least, played in 41 games, hit 296, so the bat is definitely there. Just wasn't able to showcase it as much this spring. Wilson on the 1-1. Check swing, did he go? Yes. Strike 2. Nasty off-speed pitch there from Wilson.
Good to see him go into it after starting out mostly with the heater.
Wilson gets the call, looking for a put away. The 1-2. Breaking ball way high. Coupland loses it behind him. Can't put the glove on it. That allows Emmett Finney to score from third. The Alameda Merchants with a quick 2-0 lead here in the top of the second.
I mean, you can make the case that a lot of these balls have gone to the backstop, could have been stopped by Coupland behind the dish.
You could definitely make that argument. As there's a slap shot over to second, Vasquez fields cleanly, throws it to Ewens at first for the out. Ditmar retired, but not before a run crosses during his at-bat. So here's Mateo Mendoza, the catcher. Gonna get a mound conference with Brady Wilson, trying to settle him down briefly. He's got Mendoza, the 8-hitter, and then Caleb Latimer, the second baseman, hitting in the 9-hole on deck. 2 down now in the top of the second. Mendoza hitting from the right side of the plate, taking his time. Mendoza, another San Jose State man. Played in 3 games this spring, 1 start. Did not record a hit, 2 strikeouts. Takes the first offering outside, 1-0. Wilson with the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes for Mateo Mendoza. Transferred from Marin College after 2 seasons there. 2-0 is way high, 3-0 count for Mendoza, who was named Male Athlete of the Year at Marin after appearing in 40 games, hitting .455 on the season. 4-pitch walk. Mendoza does not have to move the bat. So the troublesome inning continues, and here comes head coach Brent Cummings for the Crawdads. This might be it for Brady Wilson. We knew he was only going to go 2 innings at maximum, but they will cut his day at an inning and 2/3. New pitcher will be Cody Perry, the right-hander. Native of Greenbrier, California, attends Claremont McKenna College, where he just wrapped up his junior season. 9 appearances, 5 starts, 4.05 ERA, 20 innings.
Now pitching for your Crawdads, number 20, Cody Perry.
So Wilson, official line, inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. As Perry warms up on the mound. Perry has been a Crawdad before. He was with the team 2 seasons ago and asked head coach Brent Cummings to return for the 2025 season. Got a nice 3-pitch mix, fastball, breaking ball, changeup. First of which sits between 86 and 87 miles an hour on the heater.
Yeah, CMS, a good baseball program in the D3 ranks in the SCIAC, and Perry with some good experience there after transferring from Trinity back on the West Coast, and been really solid for the Crawdads and for his collegiate teams.
So Caleb Latimer, the right-hander, steps into the batter's box. Was previously enrolled at Coalinga College, where in 25 games he hit .271 and earned himself a spot at Oklahoma Baptist University for the next baseball season, 2026. He's working with 2 outs and a man aboard. That's Mendoza at first. Perry, first offering, chopper over to Leininger at third. Easy flip to Ewens at first for the final out. Cody Perry gets it with just 1 pitch. But not before the Alameda Merchants score 2 here in the top of the second, and they lead 2-0 on the Walnut Creek Crawdads. So we'll see what the Dads' response is in the bottom of the second right after this. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. Walnut Creek down 2-0 against the Alameda Merchants here in the opening game of California Collegiate League play. Here's the 5-hitter Trey Johnson playing center field today. It's been one of the new bright spots for this Crawdads roster. 2 for 5 in the past 2 games, a home run and a single, in addition to 2 walks. Facing Luke Giota in his second inning of work. First offering, fouled off towards the third base side, beyond the Crawdads dugout, well out of play. Johnson finished up his freshman season at Skyline College, where he hit .331 in 41 games. The 0-1 from Giota. Another foul ball, this time straight back into the seats. Johnson's father, good friends of Walnut Creek Crawdads head coach Brant Cummings, which is why he's on the team this year, would come to batting practice and to games for the Crawdads in recent seasons. The 0-2 way high, ball 1. Giota sets on the rubber, looking to put away Johnson here. The 1-2, foul tip. Johnson just stays alive. Got to figure he's going to choke up in this 1-2 count now.
Yeah, he's still trying to find his pitch. Like he liked that last one, but just was a little late on it.
The 1-2 from Giota. Lined into right field and caught. Dominic Najjar makes a nice effort coming up to make the play. So Trey Johnson retired after a 5-pitch fly out.
Really good bat to ball contact there. You could hear it. Unfortunate for him, it was good tracking out in center by Najjar.
Indeed, a little too strong in the situation. So here's Joey Donnelly, the DH today. Also 2 for 5 on the young season for the Crawdads. A double and a single the past couple games. First pitch from Giota in there for a strike. Giota, who's committed to Berkeley, facing off against a guy who just wrapped up his senior season with Cal Berkeley and Donnelly. He's been there the past 3 years and has also been a Crawdad for 3 seasons. Not consecutively. Last year he played for Arroyo Seco, but back with his family here in the Dads. Fouls off the 0-1. Quickly an 0-2 count for the vet Donnelly. Giota stretches out his arms, brings the ball into his glove at belly height. Raises to his face, kicks and deals the 0-1. High fastball, out of the zone, 1-2 I should say. That was the 0-2 pitch. Casey Donnelly was originally listed as a catcher when he came to Berkeley, but now listed as a utility player just because of that defense. He's so good all over the field.
Yeah, you can stick him at DH too. We've seen the Crawdads do that, especially today.
Indeed. The 1-2. Just misses the zone and bounces away from Mendoza behind the dish. 2-2. Donnelly in the portal at the moment. He's going to go to grad school, use that last year of eligibility. Somebody's going to get a nice left-handed bat with plus power, good defense, and versatility as well. The 2-2 from Giota. Chopper to Latimer at second, fields cleanly, fires to first. Luna makes the play. So the Crawdads quickly down 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Number 31, Matt Gonzalez.
So here's Matt Gonzalez playing right field today, the Fresno State man. Trying to do something here with 2 down. Giota's first offering. Slap down the third base line, foul. Decent piece of hitting there, Casey.
Yeah, got out in front of it a bit, but still did a good job of getting the barrel on it. Just waved foul. The wind is blowing that direction too.
Yeah, it definitely didn't help. Even without the wind, probably a foul ball. It's just too far out in front. Giota kicks, fires the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez out in front again. So quickly down in an 0-2 hole, and Casey, the offense still sputtering right now for the Crawdads.
Yeah, they've hit it on the ground a lot. Just have that one hit from McGee so far.
Giota looking for the put away. Check swing, did Gonzalez go? Yes. Mendoza drops it, picks it up, and tags him for the final out of the second inning. The Crawdads go down in order, 1, 2, 3, and we'll head to the top of the third. The Merchants look to extend the lead. Don't go anywhere. We'll have it here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdads streaming network. Alameda Merchants leading 2-0 on the Dads. It's top of the third inning. And the lineup turns over for the Merchants. Dominic Najjar up to bat. Struck out looking his first time up. That was against Brady Wilson. Now Cody Perry, who got the last out of the second on just one pitch. Trying to put him away again. First offering is high, ball one. Perry, the Claremont McKenna man. Fires, and this one slapped into center field. Base hit for Najjar. Looks to turn, and he'll hold over at first. 2 pitches and already a result in that at-bat. Brings up Ben Ryland, right fielder. Ryland also struck out in his last at-bat. That one was swinging, though. Lefty against the right-handed Perry. Perry gets the sign, delivers the first pitch for a strike. Rising senior played at Trinity College for one season. That was his freshman year. He went 4-1 on the mound. Then transferred to CMS. In his career, he's had 14 appearances. The 0-1 grounder foul down the first base line. 0-2. Ryland, the 5'8" rising sophomore. Trying to get something going with a man aboard. Move him into scoring position, or maybe score him from first, who knows. Here's the 0-2. Just misses the strike zone. First ball of the at-bat, 1-2. Barry takes his time, gets the call from Coupland behind the dish. Looks over at first. Kicks and deals, runner goes, Coupland, quick pop-up throw is not in time. Dominic Najjar, plenty of speed over at first, had a good jump.
Yeah, it looked like Coupland had a good read on it, but maybe took him a little bit of an extra time to get the ball out of his glove, slowing down his pop time there.
Looked quick, all things considered from here. It's definitely a close play over at second, but in any case, runner in scoring position, no one out. But it's a 2-2 count for Ben Ryland. Perry deals, looking for the put away. Najjar goes again, steals third. My goodness, flashing the speed on the bags. That one was a ball, so it's a full count. Perry has to be careful with this next pitch. Ryland's been very disciplined in this at-bat, not trying to force much. Here's the payoff. Foul tip backwards. He'll do it again. Perry sets on the rubber. And the payoff. Another foul ball. This time over the Crawdads dugout on the third base side. Very intense battle between Perry, the pitcher, and Ryland, the batter, right now. Neither giving an inch. Ryland all the way back in the batter's box. His left foot is at the corner. And another foul ball chopped down the first base line. Casey, for Ryland in this situation, you're just trying to put bat to the ball, right?
Yeah, I mean, assuming the pitch is good, but you have a 3-ball count, so walk here wouldn't be the worst thing to drive up Perry's pitch count.
Perry's going to step off, get his composure back, stretch out a little bit, and he'll return, waiting for the call. He's got it. The 3-2. Strike 3 looking. Fastball clips the inner third. Ryland thought he walked. Evidently, he did not. That'll bring up Jackson Nystrom, the left fielder. Grounded out to third his last time up.
Good job there from Perry to paint the corner, especially on a close 3-2 count. It's a big first strikeout there.
Nystrom, the San Francisco man. Looks in, takes the first pitch off speed for a strike. 0-1 with one down. And Dejar waiting on third, trying to score. Nystrom, a transfer from Alone College, where he spent his freshman year. Hit .399 in 43 games. Perry's 0-1, bounces in the dirt. Coupland does a great job getting right on it. He didn't think he had it, though, in his glove. He turned around a little bit, but sitting in that glove the whole time.
Yeah, probably reminded him of some of those early pitches that he had to kind of track and didn't succeed to do.
Perry shakes off one pitch call, accepts this next one. The 1-2. Fouled back. Nystrom, graduate of Livermore High School, finished his career batting .388, 56 hits in 49 career games, 23 extra bases. The 1-2 from Perry. Off-speed pitch, guts him on the swing. Jackson Nystrom goes down to bring up Angelo Luna, the first baseman, who singled his last time up. But that's 2 straight strikeouts for Cody Perry after allowing the leadoff single.
Really big for him to just settle in a bit. I mean, you saw Najar steal 2 bases, keeping Perry busy, but back-to-back strikeouts for the hurler.
Perry's first offering, big swing and miss. Looks like he's found a groove, Casey. He's gotten a lot of swings and misses these past 5 or so pitches.
Sticking to the off-speed, and it's working.
The 0-1. Luna takes it low. First ball of the at-bat. Najar looming over there at third. He desperately wants to speed his way home, increase the Merchants' lead. But Perry holding him so far. The 1-1 to Luna. Fastball way away. 2-2. 2-1, excuse me. Emmett Finney looming on deck, had a single in the second to start the scoring. Perry's 2-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Off speed does it again. And now count evens 2 apiece.
Really good deception because that ball bounced on the plate.
Yeah, absolutely. You can say one thing for sure. It's the off speed is working for Cody Perry right now. Looking for the put away. Sets on the rubber. Winds and deals the 2-2. Strike 3 looking. Gets him with the fastball over the heart of the plate. 3 straight strikeouts to retire the Merchants after the leadoff single from Dominic Najar. So we'll head to the bottom of the third, due up for the Crawdads. Leininger, Esquivel, and then the lineup turns over for Vasquez at the top of the order. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Crawdads streaming network. Bottom of the third, Walnut Creek down 2-0 against the Alameda Merchants here in first game of CCL play. Riley Leininger, the third baseman, up to bat. He's had a nice debut for the Crawdads these past 2 games, 1-3 with a single and a walk. Trying to get things going here. Leininger in the portal after not seeing action at Oklahoma his freshman year. First offering from Giota is way in the dirt. But Casey, Giota's been very effective in his first 2 innings. All things considered, he's retired the first, or 6 of the first 7 batters he's faced.
Yeah, he's pitching for ground outs, and he's gotten a lot of those. Crawdads grounding out 3 times.
The 1-0 from Giota. Slap right back to Giota, bounces off his glove, and Leininger just able to leg out the single. Jeremiah has to come crashing in from second to field and flip, but it's not there in time. So Leininger, another base hit, and he starts the Crawdads off.
Yeah, we talked about him pitching for ground outs, and he got one there. Maybe could have been routine, but it took a weird hop off the glove and allows him to get it to first.
Indeed, you wonder if this artificial turf had anything to do with that weird bounce. Anyways, here's Chris Esquivel, the second baseman. Recorded his first hit of the season yesterday, a nice double. But otherwise, he is 1 for 6. 5 strikeouts. Pops one into shallow right field. Second baseman Latimer is there to make the snag. And Esquivel, a 1-pitch out. But that'll turn the lineup over. It's Jesus Vasquez up to bat again, making his Crawdads debut, grounded to short for the first out of the Crawdads offense. Like we mentioned, very impressive freshman year at Laney College. .402 batting average in 43 games. Working with Leininger at first. 1 down here in the bottom of the third. First offering from Giota, check swing, and it's going to be called a foul ball by the home plate umpire. That's a lucky break there from Vasquez. That could have been ruled a single, or at least a ball in play.
Yeah, I think it bounced off his middle frame after he hit it straight into the ground. I would say dirt, but it is turf.
So it'll be 0-1 against the righty Vasquez. Giota, the pitcher, working to try and get more ground balls here. Berkeley man sets. Winds and delivers the 0-1. Fastball finds the zone, strike 2. Vasquez patient in this at-bat, or at least on that pitch. Swung at the first one. But he's got plenty of speed on the base paths should he get on. 14 stolen bags last year. Giota gets the call from Mendoza behind the dish. Looks to Leininger at first. Not a huge lead. Sets and fires the 0-2. Leininger takes off. And Leininger in there safely for a stolen bag, as that one was way outside for the first ball of the at-bat. Heads-up play there from Leininger, taking away the potential double play to end the inning, moving himself into scoring position.
Yeah, did a good job of keeping his eyes on Giota, who was pitching from the stretch, of course, but a little bit slow in his delivery.
So now Giota working with a man in scoring position for, I believe, the first time today. Looks back to Leininger at second. And the 1-2, swing and a miss. Vasquez goes down on strikes. Still finding his groove with the Crawdads.
Yeah, swung a high fastball there. Just couldn't get the bat to the ball.
Here's a lefty hitting left fielder, Casey Levitt-McGee. He's had 2 fantastic seasons with Laney College after his teammate just struck out Vasquez. Hit 400 almost 400 his freshman year, then 385 last year. Now 4 for 9 on the season with the Dads after the base hit in the first. Takes the first offering from Giota way high. 1-0. Levitt McGee facing his former summer ball team. He played with the Merchants last season. Decided to switch it up this year. Headed to the Crawdads to play under Coach Cummings. Giota gets the call. The 1-0. Just misses the strike zone. Levitt McGee up 2-0 in this count now. Working with 2 down. Leininger on second here in the bottom of the third.
I think the Crawdads know, offense has been a big struggle for them through these first 2 exhibition games and kind of continuing into this game. Big RBI chance for one of their better hitters.
Indeed, it was hitting leadoff first 2 games, moved to the 2-hole now with Vasquez joining the fray. Giota's 2-0. Bounces on the turf, I should say, not technically dirt, but it's a 3-0 count for Levitt McGee. That's the important part. Casey, what's the approach here? Up this much in the count.
I think you take your pitch sparingly. I think, if he gets something over the heart of the plate, maybe swing, but again, keep the pitch count of Giota going up. A guy who's been really solid so far for Alameda.
So we'll see if Levitt McGee finds a pitch he likes. Giota has to throw a strike here. Steps off, Leininger retreats slowly over to second. Doesn't want to risk being thrown out.
And a walk here wouldn't be the worst thing, because you have Ewens coming up next, who hasn't had a hit yet this season.
Indeed, he's due at some point. It's entering the heart of the Crawdads order, so Giota has to be careful. Gets the call. The 3-0. Bounces one in the turf again, and Levitt McGee works a 2-out walk, so there's runners at first and second now for John Ewens, the power-hitting first baseman from Baylor.
Try to get out of the woes. Went 0 for 4 in the exhibition tandem of games and grounded out earlier in the game, so chance here to do some damage.
Indeed. Ewens, the rising redshirt sophomore. He missed all of the spring 2024 season due to injury. That would have been his true freshman year. Graduated class of 23 from Bosqueville High School in Texas. And he'll call time before Giota gets to throw. Saw some limited action this spring for the Baylor Bears, 11 games, 4 starts. Hit 158 on the season. Trying to put his name out there here with the Crawdads. And he's got quite the opportunity now with 2 aboard. Lefty advantage against the right-handed Giota, who sets and deals for the first pitch of this at-bat. It's way high. Ball 1. Casey, this is likely another situation where if you're Ewens, you want to be very selective.
Yeah, I mean, you want to drive out this pitch count, and again, I mean, there's 2 guys on base, so try to put one in the gap. It's the center fielder, Jar, playing a little bit off to the right.
There's also a pretty significant gap between third and short right now, although both defenders have the range to cover. The 1-0 is low. 2-ball count now for John Ewens. Talked to Coach Cummings before the season, Casey. He raved about Ewens' power over at first base. Trying to see if he's got something in the tank here. The 2-0 from Giota. Fastball elevated and outside, 3-0 count. Giota in danger of walking the bases loaded here.
That's 7 straight balls from Giota. After a 4-pitch walk to Levitt McGee, just can't find the zone.
If you're Jota in this situation, what do you have to do to reset yourself?
I would go back to the fastball, something that's tried and true and worked for him earlier in the game. You don't want to keep too much of the heart of the plate.
The 3-0. Finds a fastball, and it makes its way into the zone. 3-1 to John Ewens now. Levitt McGee standing at first. Leininger over at second. Had the leadoff single. McGee worked the walk in the last at-bat. Crawdads still down 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. 2 down. The 3-1 from Jota. Leininger goes and foul tip back towards us over here behind the left-handed batter's box. So that foul ball works the count full. Ewens in high school hit .473, 19 career home runs, 129 career RBIs. He's got quite the pedigree. Can he do something with 2 men aboard? Jota kicks and delivers the payoff. Foul ball, Ewens battling. Neither man willing to give an inch here in what could be a crucial at-bat in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Levitt McGee could easily score from first on a gapper because he's going to be going on first move, given the fact that there's 2 outs and a full count.
Ewens patiently swings his bat over the shoulder now. He's ready. Jota gets the call from Mendoza. Kicks and fires the payoff, and it's a ball. Way high fastball. And the bases are loaded for the cleanup hitter, Joe Coupland. He grounded out to second base his last time up. We're going to get a mound visit here from the Merchants. Could very well be that Jota's day is done. Could just be a composure thing. Could just be a conference. We shall see in about a minute here.
I think his day is over, given the fact the head coach came out.
Well, he hasn't signaled to the bullpen quite yet. Jota might be talking his way in.
Might be right.
Saying out. It's hard to tell from here. In either case, the catcher Joe Coupland up next. Plays right here at Chabot College, just finished his freshman year. Jota's gonna stay out. Coupland in 38 games, hit .265 this season, 17 extra base hits, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 8 home runs. Crawdad sure could use some of that power here.
Yeah, single ties the game, and I mean, mentioned the Crawdads have left a lot of guys on base through the exhibition games. Can't afford to do that here in game 1 of the actual season.
Jota gets set on the rubber after the extensive mound conference. Kicks and fires, pass ball. Leininger is going to hold at third. Mendoza was able to get back on it quickly after the ball ricocheted off the backstop.
Yeah, almost a wild pitch there. But it was so fast it bounced off the screen and pretty routinely back into the glove of Mendoza.
Indeed, but either way, means the count is 1-0 on Coupland, and it doesn't look like Jota is any more composed or in control right now. Could be a boon for the Crawdads. Jota sets, Coupland waiting eagerly. The 1-0 pitch. Slapped to second base, Latimer fields it lazily. And Luke Jota induces a ground ball to escape the jam. The Crawdads strand 3 in what was arguably their best chance to score this season. So with that, we'll head to the top of the 4th inning, and we'll be back right here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. It's a 2-0 ball game here in the top of the fourth. The Merchants up to bat, trying to extend the lead. And here's the 5-hitter, Emmett Finney, designated hitter today.
Leading off for the Merchants.
Played in 4 games at San Jose State this spring. Did not record a hit. But in 2 previous seasons, one at Chabot here and one at Alone College, was pretty good. Hit over 300 in both of them. Takes the first offering from Perry. It's outside for a ball. Perry winds and deals, check swing. Did he go around? He did indeed. So the count evens, 1 apiece. Perry's been pretty effective in relief of Brady Wilson so far. He's not allowed another run since. The 1-1, skied into deep left center. McGee and Johnson going back. They'll just wave at it. That's a home run for Emmett Finney. Merchants take a 3-0 lead.
He knew it was gone right away. Flipped his bat to one of the deeper parts of the ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, that ball just smashed. Get a nice big boom from the dugout of the Merchants. Perhaps an announcer jinx. I mentioned Perry had not allowed a run in his relief appearance of Wilson, who allowed the first 2, and next batter up goes Yard. The announcer jinx is real. Any case, first offering to the next batter, that's Jace Jeremiah. Takes the first offering. Perry winds and fires. That's strike 2. Goes with the off speed, then back to the fastball there. Trying to recover quickly after surrendering the home run. The 0-2, chopped fair ball to Vasquez at short. Fields it, flips it to Ewens at first for the out. So 1 down now in the top of the fourth. Chase Dittmar, the third baseman, up to bat.
Now batting. Third baseman. Chase Dittmar.
Dittmar, the UNLV man, a native of Las Vegas, born and raised. First offering from Perry is low. Dittmar hitless so far to start the Merchants year. In 7 at-bats now. Does have an RBI on a sac fly in the last 2 games. The 1-0 chopped foul towards the Crawdads dugout. 1-1 count now. Mateo Mendoza, the catcher, on deck. And Caleb Latimer, the second baseman, after him. Nobody on, 1 down in the top of the fourth. Perry winds and fires the 1-1. Bounces it off the turf in front of home plate. Ball 2. The 2-1 from Perry. Off speed, finds the zone. Nice comeback strike, makes it 2-2.
Really nice changeup there. Couldn't have located any better, kind of just freezing Dittmar.
Indeed, the 2-time Nevada State champion in high school. Loads in and slaps one on the 2-2 offering. Vasquez fields and fires cleanly for the second out. So 2 straight ground outs over to short. Makes it a 2-out affair here in the top of the fourth.
Now batting.
That's after the leadoff home run from Emmett Finney.
11, Mateo Mendoza.
So here's Mendoza.
Yeah, it was kind of the only scratch on Perry's record. He struck out 3 in his first full inning of work in the third, and He's going for 4 strikeouts in a row, but gave up that home run.
Mendoza skies one into left center. Johnson trailing over to his right, makes the squeeze. So the Crawdads escape after allowing that leadoff home run. It's a 3-0 ball game, and we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. The Crawdads with an opportunity to respond. We'll have it right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdad Streaming Network. Walnut Creek down 3-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. They'll take this next opportunity, try to erase that goose egg on the board, but there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Alameda Merchants. That's Dominic Brasesco, right-handed pitcher from San Jose State. Transferred there after a year at Delta College. Just concluded his sophomore season. Trey Johnson, the 5-hole man for the Crawdads, had the home run in the opening game for Walnut Creek. Also a single, in addition to 2 walks. He'll take the first offering from Brasesco. It's a strike. Nice fastball there. Brasesco last year, 3 appearances in 1 1/3 innings, 19.29 ERA. Fires the 0-1. Johnson loops this one into left field, just foul. Wind might have carried that one just a bit, but he was early anyway.
Johnson with some really good sound off his bat. We saw it on the line out to center field back in the second. And a really good sound on that one. Just couldn't quite keep it in play.
Indeed, he could not. Quickly 0-2 for the power hitter from Skyline. Brasesco kicks and deals the 0-2. Strike 3 looking, gets Johnson on the fastball. Just beat him with speed. And now we'll move on. Joey Donnelly hitting from the left side. He grounded out to to second in his last at-bat. That was in the second inning.
Joey Donnelly.
Brasesco takes a deep breath, turns and fires. Big cut from Donnelly, and he's down 0-1. Brasesco with Delta College in 2024, appeared in 24 games, 2 of them were starts, went 3-2 with a 3.86 ERA, 51 strikeouts. As he whips the 0-1 in there, foul ball backwards. Donnelly just got a piece of it off the end of the bat, but he's down in an 0-2 hole.
Donnelly, another guy who's Been pretty solid at the plate so far for the Crawdads in the exhibition games. 2 hits across the first 2 games.
Indeed, a single and a double. The 0-2, this one lined into shallow center field, and Donnelly with another base hit. So he'll get the bats moving here in the bottom of the 4th. Gonzalez and Leininger due up. We'll see if one of them can move Donnelly over, or perhaps get themselves aboard. Matt Gonzalez, the right fielder, up. Had the sac fly RBI yesterday, which allowed one of the Crawdads 2 runs to score. Takes the first offering from Brasesco. Fastball on the outer third. It's a strike. Fresno State man Gonzalez puts the bat above his shoulder. Brasesco pickoff attempt at first. Donnelly is in there safely. Gonzalez from San Ramon, just nearby, especially close to Monte Vista High School, where the Crawdads will play the rest of their home games this year. The 0-1. Fastball finds the zone again. Gonzalez holds his bat, trying to gauge what Brasesco might be throwing next. Gonzalez had a decent freshman campaign 2023 with Fresno State, appeared in 8 games, drove in a couple runs. The 0-2, breaking ball way outside. Brings the count to 1-2 now for Gonzalez. The righty steps in. Brasesco shaking off pitches, looks back, finds something he likes. Rocks back, whips the 1-2 in there. Gonzalez rips this one to short. Throw to second in time, the throw to first. Not in time. Gonzalez reaches on the fielder's choice, but the Merchants take care of the leading runner, Donnelly. Nice play from Jeremiah at short.
Yeah, I thought that might have squeaked through the outfield, but he was running to his right on the backhand and flips to second in time for 1.
So Riley Leininger, the third baseman, will get his second at-bat of the day. His first one came just last inning, leadoff single. He's got 1 aboard, but 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. First offering from Brasesco. Fastball finds the zone. 0-1 for the former Oklahoma man, now in the portal. Leininger, the big ol' infielder, hitting on the left side. Brasesco's 0-1. Leininger rips this one into center field. That's a base hit. Gonzalez winds second, and he'll hold. Passed ball gets away from Latimer, who is supposed to be the cutoff man, but Gonzalez and Leininger will both hold. So that's 2 straight singles for Riley Leininger, really finding his groove early in this season.
He has a really good level swing and just putting bat to ball. And so consistent so far for the Crawdads.
Absolutely. It's been another bright spot. Not even flashing the power that he has in that frame. So Chris Esquivel, the second baseman up, flew out to second base in the 3rd. Working with 2 on. First offering from Brasesco, off speed, clips the lower 3rd for a strike. Esquivel in the spring for St. Mary's College, 14 games, 2 starts, hit 154 in 13 at-bats. Just 2 hits. In a big spot here for the Dads. Brasesco's 0-1, off speed, swing and miss. Esquivel way out in front. So quickly in an 0-2 hole with 2 down, 2 runners on. Gonzalez at second, Leininger at first. Brasesco looks back to Gonzalez at second. Kicks and deals the 0-2. Strike 3, fastball hits the upper 3rd. And Esquivel sits and looks at it, his 6th strikeout on the season, his first official one in CCL play. But in any case, the Crawdads strand 2 more runners, and we'll head to the top of the 5th inning. The Merchants will look to extend their lead even more. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. 3-0 ball game for the Alameda Merchants, who lead Walnut Creek. New pitcher for the Crawdads, Nathan Nino, seeing his first action as a Walnut Creek Crawdad. Just completed his redshirt junior season at the University of Pacific. He's a native of Fresno. And in this spring, 17 appearances, 4 starts, went 1-3 with a 13.83 ERA.
Leading off for the Merchants.
Trying to work on his stuff, get some nice innings here with the Crawdads this summer.
Vladimir.
He'll face Caleb Latimer, second baseman. Grounded out to third in his first at-bat in the second. Nino's first offering. Breaking ball just misses. 1-0 count. Nino started this season as a starter with the University of the Pacific. He delivers swing and miss stuff on the 1-0. But eventually he got moved into the bullpen, mixed in the changeup, and has seen much more effectiveness as the season wore on. Breaking ball on the 1-1 just misses. 2-1 count for Latimer. Big gust of wind blows in. The 2-1. Check swing, foul ball. 2-2 count now. Latimer had 26 hits this spring with Coalinga College. 5 of them for extra bases, 10 walks in addition. Had a hit in his first game with the Merchants yesterday. Bat chips, but hits one over to Vasquez at shortstop. Vasquez fields cleanly, flips it in time to Ewens, and Latimer will record the first out of the 5th. So lineup turns over. Dominic Najjar up to bat. Struck out in the first, singled in the third.
Stole 2 bases when he got on, so he's a guy that Crawdads will certainly hope to sit down. He can move around the base paths.
Indeed. Najjar was named the Cal State East Bay Freshman Athlete of the Year this spring as he fouls off the first offering from Nino. In 45 games, he hit .329, 15 runs batted in, 55 total hits, and 23 stolen bags. We saw that potential already today. This takes one outside. 1-1 count now. Nino's 1-1 pitch, finds the zone, 1-2. Right-handed center fielder has a hit already with the Merchants in 2 games entering today. Got his second earlier. 1-2 from Nino, swing and miss, fouled back. Well, not quite a miss. In any case, it's still 1-2. Nino gets the call from Coupland. The 1-2 again. Curveball bounces in the dirt. 2-2. Rising senior right-hander sets. The 2-2. Slapped foul down the first base line. Out of play. Casey, in this spot, if you're Nino, what are you trying to go after?
His fastballs look really solid. Wonder if he'll go back to here on the even count.
Off speed and just misses the Merchants dugout, hits the top of it. Najjar stays alive.
Jar's worked some good at bats so far today. Working another good one here.
The 2-2. Fastball slapped through the gap between second and first. Dominic Najjar with another single. So 1 down here in the top of the 5th. A runner at first.
Right fielder,
And the right fielder, Ben Ryland, up to bat.
Ryland.
Ryland has struck out twice today. First one swinging against Wilson and then looking against Perry. So he'll face his third pitcher today. That is Nino. Once a Fresno City College man. First offering outside. In that sophomore campaign for Nino, 2024 with Fresno City College, he made 11 appearances, 1 start. Struck out 22 in 13 1/3 innings. Pickoff attempt over at first, not in time. Ewens has to stretch a little bit to get it. Nino gets the call from Coupland, looks over to Najjar at first. Wants to keep him close. And the 1-0. Fastball too high. Just missed the zone, 2-0. Nino has to go truck out, grab Coupland's miss there. Leaning in, gets the call, gets set. And the 2-0. Fastball misses low, 3-0 count for Ryland, who has plenty of speed himself on the bases. Nino needs a recovery pitch here. The 3-0. Fastball finds the zone, he gets it. Ryland lifts the bat above his shoulder. Nino gets the call, quick pickoff at first. Najjar slides in hand first safely. Still 3-1. Another pickoff attempt. This time it brings Ewens off the bag slightly, but he fields it, so no pass ball there. The 3-1. Najjar takes off, and Coupland's not even going to bother because it's a walk. High fastball misses. So now there are 2 aboard with only 1 down, and Jackson Nystrom, the 3-hitter, up to bat.
Number 20, Jackson Eastrom.
Nathan
Nino working into some trouble, Casey.
Yeah,
Got a fresh batter here, though.
Yeah, the command hasn't quite been there, even against Najjar. Najjar was able to kind of have the leverage in that at-bat. Now 2 men on.
Nino looks back to Najjar at second and fires a high fastball, which gets away from Coupland, but picks it up before either runner advances. Coupland's going to talk to Nino real quick. Try to get on the same page here, because it looks like they haven't quite been in lockstep. And now the pitching coach for the Crawdads is going to come out. So the rest of the infield will follow suit. We're going to get a quick mound conference.
Yeah, the command just hasn't really been there for Nino so far. Got the quick ground out, but again, back-to-back base runners. And in a game like this, you have to eat up innings, try to get your guys back out hitting. Still not even halfway through this game, but Crawdads have not mustered much outside of that bases loaded opportunity on the base paths.
Indeed, they haven't. If you're Nino in this spot, Casey, how do you try to flush these past couple batters and, I guess, lock in a sense, in order to get the next 2 outs?
Got to go to your strikeout stuff because anything that gets to the outfield can score 1 easily. So we'll see if he does that.
Nino readies, and the 1-0. Off speed, drops too far, 2-0. Nystrom has been very patient this at-bat, as have the rest of the Merchants hitters. Lazy pickoff over at second, Esquivel covering. So it remains a 2-0 count. Nino looks back to second. And the pitch. Hits the batter Nystrom to load the bases. Crawdads in a dangerous predicament here. Bases loaded, 1 down in the top of the 5th, Casey.
Yeah, it looks like Nino just doing a little too much. Trying to look at that one inside, but misses poorly. Loads the bases.
Indeed, especially for the left-handed cleanup hitter, Angelo Luna. Singled in his first time up to lead off the second, then struck out looking to end the third. Nino's first offering a fastball to Vasquez at short. Flips to Esquivel at second for the first out, and the double play. Esquivel flips to Ewens at first. Pitcher's best friend, Casey. Nino escapes the big jam. A 6-4-3 double play, and we will head to the bottom of the 5th, due up for the Crawdads. It is the top of the order. Jesus Vasquez, Casey Levitt-McGee, and John Ewens. Don't go anywhere. Casey Kaslinger will have it for you right here.
Welcome back to Chabot College. Crawdads trail 3-0 here to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Dominic Brzesko stays in the game for the Alameda Merchants, who just completed his first full inning of relief, coming in for the starter Giotti. 1-2-3 due up for the Crawdads. Still trying to plate their first run in this game. Jesus Vasquez, the shortstop, digs in. Right-handed hitter 0 for 2 today with a pop out and a strikeout. The first offering from the righty Brzesko. Change up in there for a strike off the outside corner. 0-1. Vasquez JUCO guy, just finished his freshman year at Laney College. First team All-Bay Valley Conference, a really solid season for the youngster. The 0-1 from the windup, Brzesko deals. Swung on foul behind the screen. Brings the count to a quick 0-2. Vasquez getting his first appearance today as a Crawdad, playing it short, where Dylan Hillman started in the first 2 exhibition games. Pitching for his first hit. Brzesko puts his glove up, kicks and deals. The 0-2 is high, fastball around the chin level, and it's 1-2.
Good discipline there from Vasquez. This is a very patient hitter we're talking about. 16 walks to just 9 strikeouts this spring. He's going to wait for a pitch he likes in this at-bat.
Has a lot of power in his 5'10", 175 frame. 1-2 coming home from Brzesko. The righty kicks and fires. It's swung on and missed. Fastball around the letters. And got Vasquez to go. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
It's tough to lay off that high heat, man. And Vasquez falls victim to it there. Brzesko's looked so good with the fastball.
So that brings up Casey Levitt-McGee. The left fielder, 1 for 1 today. Singled back in the first, also walked in the third. Has a stolen base to his line today as well. Digs in on the left side and waits for the first offering. Brzesko's breaking ball outside. It's 1-0. Casey Levitt-McGee, a former Alameda Merchant himself. Hit .326 last year with Alameda here in the summer. Now Walnut Creek Crawdad. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Another breaking ball off the outside corner, taken for a ball. It's 2-0. Brzesko just finished his first inning relief, coming in for Giota. Been solid so far. Trying to quiet down the Crawdads, who've had some traffic on the base pass, but haven't been able to score. The 2-0 pitch is lined out to left center field. The center fielder, Najjar, ranging to his right, and goes up for the easy catch. There's 2 outs. So that brings up John Ewens. 0 for 1. Walked back in the third, grounded out in the first. Ewens was hitless in the first 2 exhibition games for the Crawdads. Left-handed hitter digs into the middle part of the batter's box. As Brzesko looks for the 1-2-3 inning. Righty puts his glove up, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Fastball in the middle part of the zone. It's 0-1.
Ewens was looking for all of it right there, you know. Going against a guy who throws pretty hard, you've got plenty of power yourself, might as well. Just missed on the uppercut swing.
Here comes the 0-1 delivery from Brzesko. That one, lazy fly ball out to center field. Najjar tailing back towards the warning track, and he makes the catch. Crawdads go down 1-2-3, including 2 flyouts to center field. Merchants trying to extend their lead will go to the 6th inning. Set for the top of the 6th inning. Alameda Merchants leading 3-0 over the Walnut Creek Crawdads. They're up to bat here on the road. They're already 2-0 in CCL play, looking to extend their perfect record. 5-6-7 due up for Alameda, starting with Emmett Finney. He's had a day to remember. Singled back in the 2nd, had a solo jack in the 4th inning. He's looking for his 3rd hit against Nathan Nino, right-handed pitcher for Walnut Creek, who looks in for the sign, winds and fires. His first offering on the inside corner, called a ball. Change up, knee height. It's 1-0. Finney also scored back in the 2nd, so he scored 2 of the 3 runs for the Merchants thus far. The 1-0 pitch is fouled up in the air, out of play over the Merchant dugout. It's 1-1. Finney, San Jose State guy, played at 2 junior colleges before making it to the South Bay. As he stares at a 1-1. And a high fastball, look out. Gets to the backstop, taken for a ball. It's 2-1.
Man, that really got away from Nino, and you could tell it had so much velocity to it.
Nino got a pretty good gift from his infield after allowing 3 base runners on a 6-4-3 double play to get him out of it. Right-hander on the 2-1. It's a changeup inside, taken for a ball. It's 3-1. And there's that command issue again for Nino. Issued out a walk in the 5th, also a hit by pitch. Still trying to find the strike zone against Emmett Finney. The 3-1, swung on and missed. A high fastball right around the middle frame. That brings the count full.
Great way to get a swing and miss is elevate the fastball. Hitters love to swing at it.
Here comes the payoff pitch from the windup. And it's inside, taken for ball 4. Finney didn't hesitate at all. And he's on base for the 3rd time today. After going hitless in the first 2 games of the CCL season for Alameda. And that brings up Jace Jeremiah. He's 0 for 1, had a sac fly back in the 2nd that scored the Merchants' first run. He grounded out to short in the 4th. So he'll look to do some damage here with a runner on first and nobody out as the Merchants lead 3-0. Nino from the stretch delivers a fastball, swung on and missed. Quick back pick to first, but no out there as the runner gets back safely. It's 0-1. Jace Jeremiah, a really good piece in the middle of the order for Alameda. It's his 2nd year with the Merchants. Nino from the stretch again. And it swung on, hit to shallow right field, down for a base hit. Runner goes into 2nd, and it's a single for Jace Jeremiah. And just like that, runners on 1st and 2nd with nobody out for Alameda. That ball bounced in front of Matt Gonzalez for the single.
Another tricky situation for Nathan Nino. He's got to be careful with Ditmar up, who's quite a dangerous hitter.
Ditmar, native of Las Vegas, played 3 years at UNLV, so he's probably really happy to be in more mild weather, spending pretty much his whole life in the desert. 2 on for Ditmar as Nino works from the stretch again. First pitch to Ditmar, taken inside. Another changeup on the inner half. It's 1-0.
You can see in the distance Halen Guerrero warming up in the bullpen for the Crawdads. So Nino likely on a short leash here.
See if they go to him soon. Nino peeks at 2nd, fires home, and it plunks Ditmar right on that back shoulder. He turns in time, luckily. He jogs to 1st, and that loads the bases for Mateo Mendoza with nobody out.
I think the Crawdads are going to get a warning here with Nino. That's, I believe, his 2nd hit by pitch today.
Joe Kuplin runs to the mound to talk to his pitcher. Again, the command still an issue here for Nathan Nino. 2 free passes given here in the inning, plus a single. So bases loaded, nobody out for the San Jose State catcher, Mateo Mendoza. 2nd year for him in the CCL, 1st with the Merchants. Played 2023 with the Bay Area Admirals, played 5 games there. Only 3 career appearances at San Jose State. Trying to get some reps here in the offseason with the Merchants. He looks at a high changeup taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Merchants lead 3-0, but threatening to do more. Nathan Nino in a critical jam here.
Some big wind. If the ball's in the air, it might carry.
Mendoza scaling the back of the box and waits on the 1-0. Takes a high fastball 2-0. And the command issues living on for Nathan Nino, as it's a hitter's count to Medeo Mendoza from El Cerrito, California. 2-0 to Mendoza. Nino waits and fires. It's a low slider taken for a ball. 3-0. One in the opposite batter's box. One ball away from walking in a run.
Everything's either been too high or too low for Nino. He can't find the middle and into the strike zone right now.
Here comes the 3-0. Mendoza takes it. It's a get-me-over fastball taken for a strike. Now 3-1.
It's a nice recovery. He's got to do it again, though.
Mendoza, an alum of Marin College, played a couple of years there. Here comes the 3-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. Brings the count full, and a great recovery from Nathan Nino to go from 3-0 to 3-2. He's looking for a big punch out here with the bases juiced.
Absolutely. That was another great fastball over the middle of the plate.
Nino takes a breath, delivers the payoff. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout for Nino. And maybe he can breathe a little bit after the 3-0 count turns into a strikeout. Mendoza can't believe it. That's out number 1.
Now batting the second base.
Now that brings up Caleb Latimer, the 9-hole hitter. He's grounded out twice. Having a big RBI opportunity. Came into this game batting 1,000 for the Merchants in their first 2 games. He's 0 for 2 today. First delivery to him, half swing. He said he goes. So it's 0-1.
Seems like Nino's found a groove again using the fastball. Worked it with an off-speed pitch there.
Looking to get out of another bases loaded jam. He had one last inning as well. The 0-1 coming home from Nino. That one in there for a strike. Fastball around the belt height. And it's 0-2. Latimer in a quick 0-2 hole. Nino looking in for the side. Shakes off the first one and nods to the second. From the stretch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Nathan Nino after giving up 3 straight base runners, and the bases are still loaded. That's 2 quick outs for Nathan Nino. And the Pacific pitcher looking to get out of this inning without any damage.
Incredibly impressive stuff.
So here's the leadoff man, Dominic Najjar. Stares at an inside fastball for ball 1. Najjar has 2 hits today, 2 stolen bases as well. Both his hits are singles. So the lineup turns over 4th time. Half swing, peel down the first. He went on the changeup. So that brings the count to 1-1. Nathan Nino, you mentioned a Pacific pitcher. 4 starts there in 2025. His longest outing was 3 2/3 innings. The 1-1 home. Taken for a strike. Changeup right down Broadway. It's 1-2.
I would not be surprised to see a fastball here from Nino. Hasn't used it much in this at-bat. 2 straight changeups, and it's been his best pitch in this resilient recovery effort.
Trying to get out of the bases loaded jam. Merchants lead 3-0. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one hit on the ground up the middle, and it's gloved by Esquivel, but it's knocked down, and he can't make the play. 1 run is in to score. And the Merchants extend their lead here in the 6th inning on a 2 RBI single for Najjar as 2 runs come in. So Finney and Jeremiah score. And just like that, it's 5-0 Merchants in a day that's gone from bad to worse for Walnut Creek.
Man, that was almost a very incredible save there from Nino. He just needed to force a ground ball, and he did. Esquivel, unfortunately, had a tough play over at second, couldn't quite glove it.
So Ben Ryland is now up for Alameda. 1 man on at first and 2 outs. Ryland swings at the first pitch he sees, fouls it back to the screen, 0-1. Rising sophomore at Oklahoma State. Didn't play there his freshman season. He's 0 for 2 today. 2 strikeouts and a walk. There's orange and gray batting gloves, color of Oklahoma State. Runner goes. No throw from Coupland as pitch is taken for a ball. It's 1-1. It's an easy stolen base there for Najjar. It's his 3rd stolen base of the day.
Wow.
Keeping those wheels going. 1-1 pitch. Fastball fouled over the Crawdad dugout on the left side. 2-1-2. A strike away from getting out of this inning where he's allowed 2 runs from Alameda. Ryland looking for his first hit of the day. Has 2 on the season. From the stretch, kicks and deals. High changeup taken for a ball, brings the count even to 2-2. Nino steps off for a moment, collects himself, heads back to the rubber. Runner on third is Najjar. That one taken low. Brings the count full at 3-2. Nino can't afford to slip up again. Down 5-0 now. Full count pitch in there, strike 3 called. So good job of recovery from Nathan Nino, but he gives up 2. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Crawdads down 5-0.
Top of the 6th.
Welcome back to Chabot College. Crawdads have a lot of work to do. Down 5-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-5-6, 2 up for Walnut Creek. Coupland, Johnson, and Donnelly. Righty and 2 lefties as Dominic Bersesco remains on the mound for the Merchants. He's done a fine job so far for Alameda. He's worked through 2 innings. Hasn't given up any runs. Sat the Crawdads down 1-2-3 in the 5th. As the catcher Joe Coupland digs in. He's grounded out to second twice. He digs into the right side of the batter's box. First offering from the righty Bersesco is a low fastball taken for a ball. 1-0 to Coupland. He's a rising sophomore at Chabot College, playing right here on this very field. Had 1 hit across the 2 exhibition games. The 1-0 pitch from the windup is taken high for a ball, 2-0. Change up around the elbow zone. Coupland had a single in the first exhibition game of the season for the Crawdads. Looking for his first hit of the CCL season. A 2-0 pitch. Good eye there from Coupland. Low fastball taken for a ball. It's 3-0. Coupland said, head coach Brent Cummings said that Coupland could pitch this season It's a really good arm. 3-0 pitch. Get me over fastball taken for a strike. It's 3-1.
Yeah, Coupland's got that big arm from the right side. 90-mile-an-hour fastball when he needs it.
Comes to 3-1 from Bersesko. Puts his green glove up and fires. Swing and a miss. Looked like Coupland pulled his head a little bit. Didn't keep his eye on it, and it's 3-2. So good job from Bersesko keeping the command in check. 3-0 count becomes 3-2. Glove belt high. The righty checks in for the sign. Moves his leg and ready to deliver. And that one's skied to deep left field. Going back, and it's gone. Onto the berm in left field as the Crawdads get their first home run of the season. And it belongs to Joe Coupland, the catcher, delivering that one out to deep left field. And there was no doubt about that one. Crawdads take their first run. It's 5-1.
Wow, Joe Coupland absolutely flashing the power. He had 8 of them this spring for Chabot in this very field, like you mentioned, Casey, and it was very towering, but as soon as we saw the left fielder Nystrom turn away, I think it was done and solved.
Brings up Trey Johnson, who homered in the exhibition matches. He swings at the first pitch he sees in foul grounds, popped to the third baseman, Dipmar, and there's one away. So that brings up Donnelly. Has a single today. Crawdads on the board, trying to rally back. Down 5-1. One out here in the 6th inning. The lefty hitter Donnelly digging into the left side of the batter's box. It's Bersesko giving up his first run of the season. Puts the glove up, waits, and shoots. Low changeup taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Donnelly had hits in each of the 2 exhibition games. A double and a single. Currently in the grad portal out of Cal. The 1-0 pitch from Bersesko. Swing and ball popped foul out of play above the Crawdad dugout. Brings the count even to 1-1. Donnelly in his 3rd season with the Crawdads, his 2nd stint. Went south down to Pasadena to play with the Saints. Also played basketball in high school. Bit of a jack of all trades. 1-1 pitch. Curveball outside, only 2-1. Bersesko trying to settle back in after giving up the leadoff home run to Coupland. The first home run of the CCL season for Walnut Creek. 2-1 home. Another foul ball above the Crawdad dugout. Brings the count back to 2-2 even. Donnelly didn't tally a hit in 2024 or 2025 at Cal in 6 total games. Bears recently lost to Georgia Tech in the 2025 ACC tournament. 2-2 from the windup. It's a high slider taken for a ball. Good eye there from Donnelly. Brings the count full.
Absolutely. If Donnelly gets on, he's a guy that led the CCL in steals just 2 summers ago. His last year with the Crawdads.
Currently in the transfer portal looking for some reps here in the summer. Full count. Fouled back. Donnelly extending the at-bat. Out of De La Salle High School. High school known well for its athletics. Very decorated programs across baseball, basketball, and football. The payoff pitch from Bersesko as he checks in for the sign. Takes a deep breath. Here's the leg kick. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Foul tip. Caught in the glove of Mendoza for out number 2. So back-to-back Crawdads retired after the home run from Coupland. That brings up the right fielder, Matt Gonzalez. He's 0 for 2. He reached out on a fielder's choice, also struck out. playing only in his second game as a Crawdad. First pitch from Brzesko in on the hands, taken for a ball. Gonzalez played in the Northwoods League in 2024 for the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Heads out west, closer to his university, Fresno State. 1-0 pitch taken low, slider in the dirt. Quick 2-0 on Gonzalez, searching for his first hit of the season. Be a redshirt junior in 2026. Standing 6 feet tall. Comes the 2-0. Low fastball brings the count to 3-0. Crawdads looking for a 2-out base runner, down 5-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Lost their first 2 exhibition games. In jeopardy of potentially losing their first CCL game of the year. Comes the 3-0 home. Sesko gets that one in there for a strike, 3-1. Fastball belt high. Gonzalez hit under 100 with Fresno State this past year. Looking for some better fortunes here in the summer. The 3-1. Low fastball taken for a ball without hesitation. The Crawdads get a runner on first with 2 outs, and that brings up the hot corner, Riley Leininger. Has 2 singles today, including a stolen base.
Aptly named hot corner because Leininger is hot. 2 singles today, plus the single yesterday in the exhibition game against the Anchors. This is a great guy to have up right now with a runner aboard and 2 down.
Didn't play at all at Oklahoma in 2025. Sooners made it to the Chapel Hill Regional. So he works with 1 man on. Brzesko from the stretch. Swing and a miss. Out in front of it a bit on the fastball for strike 1. Brzesko working in his 3rd inning of work. Currently in the transfer portal himself, after spending last season with San Jose State. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ball hit in foul territory, giving chase Ditmar, the 3rd baseman, but it's over the fence for strike 2.
Leininger's got a really nice left-handed stroke. Gets under the ball a little bit for some nice power. Love to see him just put one into the gap.
This is technically the Crawdads' home opener, but not their home field. Up in Monte Vista in Danville. Playing the first few games here in Hayward. 0-2 pitch from the stretch. Brzesko fires. That one roped to right field, down for a base hit over the leaping glove of the second baseman Latimer. Chugging into 3rd is Gonzalez, and he'll get there. Leininger trying to get to 2nd, and he'll get their ball thrown errantly into right field, and that allows Gonzalez to score. Leininger into 3rd safely, and so a little bit of little league triple there for Leininger. And the Crawdads are on the board again, scoring twice here in the bottom of the 6th. As Gonzalez, with some heads-up base running, scores from 1st. And Leininger into 3rd here with 2 outs.
I wonder what officially that's going to get called. I'd say a double plus an error. 'Cause I don't know if Leininger exactly had the throw beat to 2nd there, but it was definitely close. Either way, fantastic heads-up baseball.
I think I tend to agree. As he gets into 3rd, thanks to the errant throw. That brings up the 9-hole Chris Esquivel, who's 0 for 2. Brzesko from the stretch, loops in a curveball inside. Ball 1. Leininger on 3rd. Crawdads trail 5-2, matching the 2 runs the Merchants got in the top half of the 6th. Each team with 6 hits so far as well. Fastball in there for a strike. 1-1 to Esquivel. Esquivel, the 9-hole hitter for Walnut Creek out of St. Mary's. So spent time at the University of San Diego. So a guy who's ventured around the West Coast Conference. Brzesko readies up. From the stretch, he deals. Another fastball in there for strike 2. Brzesko trying to get out of an inning. He's struggling a little bit. Giving up a home run to lead things off to Coupland. Now giving up another run off the line or double. One, two coming home. Esquivel waits. Swing and a miss. Strike three. So that'll end the inning. Crawdads leave one on after getting 2 hits and a walk and scoring twice. So we'll go to the top of the 7th. And the Merchants will try to extend their lead. Set here for the top of the 7th inning. Merchants lead the Crawdads 5-2. New pitcher in for Walnut Creek. It's Halen Guerrero. So Nathan Nino's day is done after going 2 innings, giving up 2 earned runs. But Halen Guerrero making his Crawdad debut today out of Santa Barbara City College here in the 7th inning. He'll face 3-4-5, starting with Jackson Nystrom, who takes a slider on the outer edge for ball 1. Guerrero, the new pitcher for Walnut Creek, a righty, 6 feet tall, 175. Be a rising junior with the Vaqueros next season. The 1-0 pitch. And it plunked him right on the left thigh. As he'll walk slowly to first, a little bit gingerly. So Jackson Nystrom, the left fielder, it's his second hit by pitch he's worn today. Second time on base as Halen Guerrero trying to settle in after coming out of the pen. The Crawdads down 5-2. As of a pinch hitter for Alameda, it's Fabian Gomez. Hasn't played so far for Alameda, so this is his Merchants debut. So he takes outside fastball for ball 1. Gomez, incoming freshman at UCSB, currently committed there. 1-0 pitch to him on the outside edge. Fouls it over the Crawdad dugout. Brings the count to 1-1. He's pinch hitting for Angelo Luna, who had a single back in the second. Check on first. Throwing over, but nothing doing. Fabian Gomez out of Clayton Valley Charter High School in Concord. Played both first and third base there. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on the off speed from Halen Guerrero. Trying to get the Crawdads back up to bat after they scored 2 runs last inning. Another throw over to first from Guerrero. Nystrom back in safely. Guerrero tucks his glove onto the Crawdads logo on his shirt. Another check over to first, a quick move. Nystrom sliding back in head first.
And he's got a really snappy move on the mound for that pickoff.
Gomez looking for his first hit as a Merchant. Comes the 1-2 home, and it's hit to the left side into left field for a base hit. Right in between second and third base. Sharply on the ground. So there's the first summer ball hit of Fabian Gomez's career. And there's 2 on with nobody out. That brings up Emmett Finney.
Now batting, designated hitter.
He's had a really solid day today, playing DH. He's 2 for 2 with a solo homer and a single. He scored 3 times. He also walked last inning and scored off the Jace Jeremiah single. First delivery from Guerrero, looping breaking ball in there for a strike. Guerrero mentioned making his Crawdad debut. Trying to get out of this inning. The 0-1. Fastball high, it swung on and missed. Or excuse me, swung on, fouled straight back to the screen. Brings the count to 0-2.
Guerrero's a guy that likes to throw the ball down in the strike zone with that slider and high 80s, low 90s fastball. Probably what we're going to see here, at least force a ground ball, maybe strike out.
One in the dirt, bounces in front of the plate. Good waste pitch there, but it doesn't induce a swing from Finney. Brings the count to 1-2. Guerrero from the stretch, he delivers. Another one bouncing on the plate. Breaking ball out in front, it's 2-2. Finney 6'3", 207, a big frame. He'll turn 22 in 2 days. He's also a former Crawdad himself, having played with Walnut Creek back in 2023. The 2-2 home, and it plunks him right on that left elbow. It stings him a little bit, so he shakes in some immediate pain, but runs over to first quickly. And that loads the bases. So that's the second hit by pitch of the inning. Dished out by Halen Guerrero. He's really struggled since coming into the game here in the 7th.
Yeah, second hit by pitch for Guerrero, a 4th for the Crawdads on the day. And once again, there's a bases loaded situation.
So here's Jace Jeremiah, who had a big RBI single
First out, Jace Jeremiah.
back in the 6th inning. Digging into the right-hander's batter's box against Guerrero. Bases loaded, nobody out for Alameda. Looping breaking ball outside, first delivery. Jeremiah taken for a ball, it's 1-0. Crawdads down 5-2. Alameda threatening to put more on the board. Guerrero peeks at third, now delivers home. Fastball outside, taken for a ball, it's 2-0. Quick hitters count to Jace Jeremiah. In his 2nd year with the Merchants, 4th year in summer ball. In his 3rd different league. 2-0 pitch. And that one blooped out to center field, but it's going to get, Trey Johnson will get there. The runner from third tagging and scoring. So the Merchants extend their lead. It's 6-2. That one hit pretty lazily out to Trey Johnson. He could get there easily. But a good piece of hitting from Jace Jeremiah.
Now batting,
Getting another RBI to his day.
number 7, Chase.
So that's his 2nd sac fly of the ball game. Brings up the 7-hole hitter, Chase Dittmar, who was one of the hit by pitch victims back in the 6th. Righty hitter waits on a changeup in there for a strike. Guerrero trying to pitch for a ground ball here. It would get him out of the inning. With runner on first and second with 1 out. Second delivery to him fouled over the Merchant dugout. Quick 0-2 on him. Crawdads haven't scored more than 2 runs in a game so far, including the exhibition game, or the pair of exhibition games here at Chabot Field. 2 on, 1 out. Here comes the 0-2. That one bounces to the left of the plate, taken for a ball. It's 1-2. Good eye there from Ditmar not to chase. Currently in the transfer portal out of UNLV in his first year in summer ball. Career .263 hitter with the Rebels. 2-1 for Ditmar. Waits on a fastball. Strike 3 called. It froze Ditmar. So Guerrero gets a good recovery there after giving up a sac fly. That brings up Mateo Mendoza.
That's the potential right there for Halen Guerrero, a strikeout guy that when we talk to Coach Cummings, he wants to use him as a high leverage kind of pitcher. He's got to show that he's worth it. He's got the stuff for it. Obviously, pitches have been there, not the locations.
Mendoza swings at the first pitch he sees, grounded to short. Vasquez flips to second in time. Just like that, the sides retired, but Alameda scores 1, extending their lead back to 4 runs. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Crawdads with some work to do. Back here in Chabot. Back here in Hayward to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Crawdads with the work cut out for them. Down 6-2 as the lineup turns over for Jesus Vasquez, who will face the new pitcher. It's the lefty Tobin Cantrell, native of Piedmont, California. Trying to make his mark here in his Merchants debut. He'll face the top of the Crawdad order, starting with Jesus Vasquez, who struck out twice, also popped out to short. The right-handed hitter faces the lefty pitcher. He sends in the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Vasquez out in front of it for 0-1. Cantrell sporting some goggles, wearing 16. Vasquez looking for his first Crawdad hit here in the bottom of the 7th here at Chabot Field. As he waits. Here comes Cantrell from the windup. Breathes and shoots. Fastball on the outer edge taken for a ball. Good height. Just a little off the corner. It's 1-1. Vasquez playing shortstop for the Crawdads today. It's his first time in a Crawdad uniform at Laney College. Hit .402 his freshman season with the Eagles. The 1-1 coming home from the lefty is fouled off to the right side, towering into the stands. Makes it 1-2.
Vasquez has been really good on the stuff lower in the zone. He sees it really well. It's whenever these pitches have elevated against him. That's why he has 2 strikeouts today. Cantrell's going to be careful with anything low.
Cantrell curls up his glove and shoots in the 1-2. Foul down the third baseline on the ground. Do 1-2 again. Vasquez, a native of Hayward, where we are right now. His first year with the Crawdads, 5'10", 175. Trying to create something for the Crawdads to work with. They're down 6-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Vasquez waits, takes a fastball outside 2-2 in the opposite batter's box. Cantrell making his debut for the Merchants, like I said. First lefty out of the pen for Alameda here on Friday. The 2-2 coming home from the windup. And it's high. Chest height changeup. Taken and brings the count full.
Very patient at bat here from Vasquez.
Vasquez with 17 extra base hits in his freshman season in the JUCO ranks at Laney. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Couldn't have been a better location down the middle. Got him to swing late on it, and that's the hat trick. 3 strikeouts for Vasquez. So Casey Levitt McGee has been on base twice for the Crawdads. We'll dig in. The lefty hitter singled back in the first, stole second in an inning that didn't shape out to much for the Crawdads. Also walked back in the third. So he's 1 for 2. Also has a fly out to his name today. Former Merchant waits from the lefty, who delivers. Swings the first pitch he sees. Grounded foul down the first baseline. The 0-1. Some really good years at Laney College. He'll go to Cal State Bakersfield next season. And we mentioned earlier he's a former Merchant. Hit .326 with Alameda. The 794 OPS. 0-1 coming home as the wind picks up. Cantrell fires. Low slider in the dirt. Count even at 1-1. Cantrell, third pitcher of the day for Alameda. They struck out 9 Crawdads to this point. 1-1 coming home. Fastball in there for a strike off the outer edge. Do 1-2. Levitt McGee, 6'2", 210 pounds. Out of the city by the bay, San Francisco. In his second year in the CCL, first with the Crawdads. 1-2 pitch. It's a low changeup in the dirt, taken for a ball, brings the count even to 2-2. Big power increase for Levitt McGee last year. Upped his average to .385. An OPS over 1,000 with a couple of home runs and 3 triples. He'll wait on the 2-2. Cantrell toes the rubber, waits and shoots. Late swing, but it's fouled over the Crawdad dugout from Levitt McGee. Count still even at 2-2.
Levitt McGee making a really nice effort to battle in this at bat. It's not going to go down quietly.
Levitt McGee went hitless in the exhibition game against the Anchors, had 3 hits against the Honors in the first exhibition game. Sits at a 2-2. It's 1 out. Curveball in the dirt. Taken for a ball, 3-2. So 2 consecutive full counts to begin this inning. Cantrell will look for the same result he had on Vasquez. Got him to swing for strike 3. Crawdads trail 6-2. They have 6 hits today. Alameda has 7, but they've been able to do more with it. Crawdads' lone runs were scored last inning in the 6th. Payoff pitch. Here it comes. And it's in the dirt, nowhere close as the ball gets away from Mendoza. So Levitt McGee jogs to first, and there's a one-out walk for Walnut Creek.
Great at bat. Very nice, patient approach from Levitt McGee. Forces Cantrell to work, and he makes too many mistakes.
So that brings up John Ewens, still hitless. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk.
23, John
Playing first base.
Ewens.
Back-to-back lefty hitters up for Walnut Creek. Cantrell waits. Now pitches from the stretch. And Ewens swings at the first pitch he sees, fouls it off his right foot. Walking it off a little bit outside of the batter's box. Takes his practice hack and heads back in. Merchants have been very good on the pitching side today, striking out 9 Crawdads. Trying to continue that here in inning number 7. The 0-1 pitch. Inside fastball taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Few clouds in the sky today in Hayward. Sky still blue. So we're near 6:30 p.m. here on the West Coast. The 1-1 pitch. Inside fastball taken for a ball. It's 2-1. Cantrell, big guy, 6'3", be a sophomore next year. Pretty short lead over at first for Levitt McGee. 2-1 pitch. Gets a strike in there on the fastball. No swing from Ewens. It's 2-2. Ewens is a redshirt freshman this past season at Baylor. Only hit 158 in 11 games played with 3 RBI. The 2-2 pitch. In there, strike 3 looking. Fastball on the outer corner, and there's 2 outs.
Now batting, your catcher,
So Cantrell with 2 strikeouts in the inning.
Joe.
And Joe Coupland, who homered back in the 6th inning, will try for a similar result with 1 on and 2 out. He's 1 for 3 with that home run. Two ground outs to his name as well. Cantrell delivers. High fastball taken for a ball. Coupland played in 38 of the team's 42 games in 2025 with Chabot College. Gladiators were 2nd in the Coast North Conference. Right-handed batter waits from the lefty pitcher. Takes a low slider for a ball. It's 2-0. Coupland also played third base in high school in addition to catching, and had a good season with the Gladiators at Chabot College. .265 average his freshman year. The 2-0. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Out in front of the fastball. Count will be 2-1. Cantrell trying to get out of this inning. His first for the Merchants. Alameda leading 6-2. The waning moments of this ball game. As Cantrell checks over at first. With the pickoff move, but sliding back in is Levitt McGee. 2-1 count on Coupland. Had a hit last game against the Anchors. Had the big fly today to left. 2-1 home. Inside fastball. Do 3-1.
He's waiting on a pitch, and that's exactly what he can afford to do, Casey. He's got plenty of power. He showed it with the home run. Just got to put bat to the ball and have Levitt McGee move over on the base pass, utilize that speed. Keep it simple.
3-1 pitch coming home. Levitt McGee dancing around first. He's the man on. Fastball in there for a strike. Brings the count full. That fastball sat around the knees. Stayed straight.
And you got to be in protect mode. Just anything close. Try to muscle it through a gap here.
Levitt McGee will be on the move at first here on the full count. And that one nowhere close on the payoff pitch, bounced in front of home plate. So the second walk of the inning dished out from Cantrill. And with 2 outs, there's 2 men on for the Crawdads with Trey Johnson set to come up. He's 0 for 3. A lefty on lefty matchup. Trey Johnson digging in on that left side. He homered in the Crawdads' first exhibition game, but he's hitless today. They're in first CCL matchup. Native of Berkeley, trekking down to Walnut Creek for his first season of summer ball. Levitt McGee takes off for third, and he's in there. A nice slide to stay on the bag. However, Coupland stays on first. So we runners on the corners now for the Crawdads as the pitch to Johnson taken for a ball. It was high. That maybe delayed the throw a little bit from Mendoza, the backstop.
Looked like he got there in time, but the throw was just off base.
1-0 coming home. Johnson waits and hits one up the middle into center for a base hit. Levitt McGee scores easily. Coupland to second. And a single for Trey Johnson gives the Crawdads their third run of the game at 6-3.
Nice little two-out rally going, and Trey Johnson just keeps it simple. Bat to the ball, muscles the ground ball through the gap. Great piece of hitting for a guy who's slumped since that home run in the exhibition game on Wednesday.
So that'll bring up Joey Donnelly, who quickly has a word with the on-deck man, Matt Gonzalez, and head coach Brant Cummings, who's also the third base coach. Taking time maybe to talk things over. Donnelly represents the tying run for Walnut Creek with 2 men on, down 3. Donnelly singled back in the 4th. That's his lone hit of the ball game. He's 1 for 3. Most recently struck out back in the 6th. But we're here in the bottom of the 7th. Crawdads just got their 7th hit, down 6-3 in the first CCL game of the year. Cantrill got 2 outs early in the inning, trying to get the third. Donnelly hacks at the first pitch he sees. Fouled over the Crawdad dugout. So he went the other way. It's 0-1.
Donnelly, exactly the guy you want up for the Crawdads. A very experienced veteran in both collegiate and summer league baseball. Doesn't have to do a whole lot.
Donnelly waits on the 0-1. Cantrill takes a breath. From the stretch he goes. Another one fouled behind the backstop. The 0-2 quickly on Donnelly. Cantrill look for that last pitch he can get. Trying to get Donnelly to go on something. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Merchants with a 3-run lead. Haven't been able to go totally home free. The crowd has been able to come back a little bit. And swing and a miss. High fastball got him to go. So that's 3 strikeouts in the inning for the relief man Cantrill. And the Merchants due up now. 9-1-2 due up for Alameda. They lead 6-3. Set to begin the top of the 8th inning. Alameda Merchants lead 6-3 over the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Halen Guerrero still on the bump for Walnut Creek. They're giving up a run in the 7th inning. 9-1-2 due up for Alameda.
Leading off for the Merchants.
Starting with
Number 9,
Caleb Latimer, the 9-hole hitter.
Caleb Latimer.
He's 0 for 3 with a couple of groundouts and a strikeout. He'll face Guerrero. Swings at the first pitch he sees. Slider around the knee level. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Latimer, the Oklahoma Baptist commit. That's a D2 program. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. Quick 0-2 on the 9-hole man. Latimer in his first season with the Merchants. Trying to get some good reps in. The 0-2 got him. He looks at the 0-2 changeup. So in 3 pitches, first man down for the Merchants.
And that's the nasty stuff from Halen Guerrero that head coach Brant Cummings and the Crawdads are looking for in a high leverage guy. That's the potential right there.
Dominic Najar up. Leadoff man is 3 for 4 with 3 singles, 3 stolen bases as he stares at called strike 1.
Fantastic hitting from a leadoff guy, prototypical.
The 0-1. That one hits him. That pitch goes behind Najar. Hit him on his backside. So that's another hit by pitch dished out by Walnut Creek. It's been a theme today. Those free passes given up by the Crawdad pitchers. So with 1 out, there's 1 man on. And that brings up the 2-hole, Ben Ryland, who was struck out 3 times today. Also walked back in the 5th.
The right fielder, number 12, Ben Ryland.
Ryland playing right field today as the first 3 hitters for the Merchants are all outfielders. He waits on the first delivery from Guerrero, taken for a ball, fastball low. Ryland is at Oklahoma State. He's also previously played with the U.S. national team 15U and 12U programs. Runner goes, and Coupland can't get it out of his glove, so there'll be no throw to second as Najar nabs second easily. It's his 4th stolen base of the day. Crawdad should have known at this point that he was going to go with 3 stolen bases prior to that one on the day. Guerrero peeks at second, waits and fires. Curveball in there, drapes in for a strike. 2-1 on Ryland, who had 2 hits in for each of the first 2 games for Alameda heading into this one. Wait on the 2-1. Guerrero checks in and fires. Low breaking ball. Brings the count to 3-1. Lefty hitter versus the righty pitcher. Merchants lead 6-3 with a runner in scoring position. That one in there for a strike, brings the count full. Fastball in on the knees, called a strike. Ryland, rising sophomore at Oklahoma State. Didn't play his freshman year in 2025 as he scales the back of the batter's box. Payoff delivery from Guerrero is chopped foul straight back. Do full count again. Ryland 5'11", 170. Primarily plays in the outfield in right today. 19-year-old will wait on the delivery from Guerrero. Checks in from the sign and works from the stretch. The 3-2 home. That one bounces 4 feet in front of the plate and wisely taken by Ryland for ball 4. That's back-to-back free passes given out as the runner advances to third on the ball bounced in front of the plate. So it'll be runners on the corners with a pinch hitter up, Hayden Jung Goldberg.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 6.
He'll take his first hacks of the evening.
Goldberg.
Native of Palo Alto, spent 2025 at Santa Clara University in the West Coast Conference. Fastball in the dirt, first ball 1. It's the second pinch hitter we've seen of the day for Alameda. Runner takes off for second, no throw. So the runners on second and third. Just one out here in the top of the 8th. So Jackson Nystrom's day is done after being pinch hit by Hayden Jung Goldberg as Guerrero steps off. Goldberg in a hitter's count in his second year in the CCL. First with the Merchants. 2-0 curveball is low. 3-0. Another threat to load the bases as the Merchants have loaded the bases the past 3 innings. Threat to make it 4 on this pitch. Fastball in there for a strike, catches the zone on the outer half. Hayden Jung Goldberg currently in the transfer portal. Mentioned he played 2025 at Santa Clara. 5 starts there, hit 200. 3-1. Fouled straight back softly, and it's 3-2. Another full count coming to Jung Goldberg, 22 years of age, from Palo Alto. His great-grandfather, Benny Goldberg, boxing Hall of Famer. Full count pitch, swung on and missed in the dirt. Coupland throws to first, runner coming home, and he's in there safely as Najjar scores wisely on the drop third strike, and Ryland advances to third. It's now 7-3 Alameda. So they get the out at first on the drop third strike. And that's frustrating for Guerrero, as he would have gotten the out without any damage, but pitch wasn't handled. That brings up Gomez. Takes a curveball for a strike. Fabian Gomez was a pinch hitter last inning. He singled the left. Came in for Angelo Luna. The 0-1 offering, curveball drapes in just outside for a ball. Crawdads giving a lot of free passes out today. That's been the story. As he slaps one to third, Leininger picks it up, takes a step, throws to first, scooped up in time by Ewens, and that'll end the inning. But the Merchants add on. It's 7-3 Alameda. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Crawdads down 4. Seven, 8, 9 due up for Walnut Creek here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Crawdads trail 7-3. Had 7 hits thus far. Haven't been able to cross the plate much. As Tobin Cantrell stays on the mound, the lefty for Alameda. He's done a pretty good job. Got out of a jam in the 7th inning. Chabot College man currently in the transfer portal. There's a 2-seam fastball, a slider, and a changeup. 7, 8, 9 for Walnut Creek, like I said. Matt Gonzalez leads things off. Another man in the transfer portal himself. First offering to him. Checks his swing, but it's outside and taken for a ball. He's 0 for 2, walked back in the 6th, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th, and struck out early in the game. To his line, looking for his first hit of the season. The 1-0 home. Swing and a miss. Fastball right down the middle. Brings the count even to 1-1. Gonzalez in his second Summer League season played with Royal Oak in 2024 in the Northwoods League. The 1-1 from the lefty. Curveball in there for a strike. Gonzalez hitting righty against the lefty. Number 31 for Walnut Creek, Fresno State man himself. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball around the letters. He was late on it for out number 1. Crawdads running out of outs here, down 7-3 in the first game of the CCL year. They have 5 outs left to get back in this game, down 4. So Riley Leininger will dig in, lefty on lefty. Leininger has 3 singles to his name today. On the most recent one, he advanced to second and third on errors. It's been a productive day for him at the plate. Waits on a changeup in there for a strike. Around knee high. It's 0-1. Leininger headlining the bottom of the Crawdad order, the 8-hole hitter himself. So he waits on a changeup again. Strike 2. Right around thigh level. Third baseman scales the back of the batter's box on the left side. The 0-2 from Cantrell. In the dirt. Goes back to the off speed. Be 1-2. Leininger, a native of Georgetown, Texas. Spent his first season at Oklahoma. The 1-2 from the windup. High fastball, shoulder level. It's 2-2.
Leininger's been very patient, relying on his pretty good eyesight, all things considered. But you got to be careful now. 2 strikes.
Leininger does not want to be a strikeout victim. The Crawdads have struck out 10 times today. The 2-2 pitch hacked out and missed, and the first 2 Crawdads go down on strikes here in inning number 8. Brings up the 9-hole hitter, Chris Esquivel. Struck out twice today. Popped out to second. Crawdads are Esquivel's 3rd summer ball team. Played with the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp in the Prospect League, as well as the Alexandria Aces in the Cal Ripken League. First delivery to him, fouled high and deep down left field and out of play. It's 0-1. Esquivel will be a rising senior at St. Mary's in 2026 after playing 14 games in 2025 with the Gales. The 0-2 from Cantrell, 0-1. Now 0-2, takes a strike, middle frame. Esquivel did not play in the Corvallis Regional for St. Mary's, a team that got knocked out by Oregon State in Corvallis. The 0-2. Taken outside, fastball. Looked good, but it's off the edge. It'll be 1-2. Cantrell 1 strike away from striking out the side. What's been a very impressive 5 strikeout day for the lefty. The 1-2 home. Fouled straight back, level swing from Esquivel. We'll do 1-2 again.
That was a very nice swing, all things considered. Just having the bat cross the plate very smoothly. Nice even fashion. Was able to get a piece of it.
Esquivel turned 21 years old 2 days ago. He's gone down on strikes 2 times today. Here comes the 1-2. Another ball fouled off behind the backstop screen. We'll do 1-2 once more. Esquivel spent 2023 with the San Diego Toreros. Transferred over to St. Mary's the following year. Cantrell waits on the bump. breathes and fires. High and away fastball. Taken for a ball. Count even at 2-2. Esquivel has always been a very good hitter in summer ball. Had to struggle out the gate here for Walnut Creek. Cantrill waits patiently from the windup and fires. Hits it out to deep right field. Scanling back is Ryland, but he puts the glove up and makes the catch in front of the warning track. Crawdads go down 1-2-3 in the 8th, as the Merchants will come up now in the top of the 9th, leading 7-3. Almost set for the top of the 9th. Crawdads down 7-3 here in their first game in CCL play in 2025. We have a new pitcher on the bump for Walnut Creek. The lefty Max Cohen pitched in the exhibition game against the Honors, but gets his season debut out of the pen after Nathan Nino after Halen Guerrero went 2 innings. 5-6-7 due up for the Anchors here in the top of the 9th inning. They lead 7-3 against the new pitcher, Max Cohen, trying to get the Crawdads back out in the field in a timely fashion to hit. The first delivery to Finney is directly lined to right field, down for a base hit. Over the reach of Chris Esquivel, the second baseman, dropping in front of Matt Gonzalez, the right fielder. So there's one on to lead off the 9th for Alameda. That's Finney's 3rd hit of the ball game, 5th time on base. He's been an on-base machine for the Merchants. So with no one away, that will bring up Jace Jeremiah. Also has a hit today. 2 sac flies for him as well. So he's 1 for 2. Cohen dishes a strike down the middle. Fastball. Some perfect delivery there. Penny with a short lead at first. Cohen collects and deals. Swing and a miss. Fastball around the middle frame. Brings the count to a quick 0-2.
Nice elevated fastball to get a swing and miss there from Cohen. Like to see more of that, mixing the sinker as well.
Jeremiah, St. John's man, waits on the breaking ball, outside taken for a ball. It's his 2nd year with the Merchants. It's only the Merchants' 2nd year in the CCL after an 8-year hiatus. The 1-2 pitch. And it's lined out to the gap in left center. That one's going to get down for a base hit. It's all the way to the wall. Runner chugging for third, taking the turn at third. Going home is Finney, and he'll get in there safely. Ball gets away from Copeland, allowing Jeremiah to safely slide into third. And so another run for Alameda. They lead 8-3. Should go down as potentially a double and an error for Alameda because Coupland could not locate the ball after the throw came home. So it's a double for Jeremiah. It's his second hit of the game. We'll have a pinch hitter for Chase Ditmar. It's Noah Smallwood, currently in the transfer portal himself after playing at Southern Indiana. He waits on an off-speed pitch outside, 1-0. Smallwood, in his first season with the Crawdads, 4 at-bats on the season thus far. 1-0 pitch, taken for a strike, fastball down the middle. Smallwood played 2 years in junior college, 2 different programs. Didn't play much because of an injury at Southern Indiana in 2025. Takes a low pitch or a ball. It's 2-1. Ditmar taken out for Alameda. He got on base once with a hit by pitch. 2-1 coming. The man on third. Swing and a miss. Count up to 2-2. Finney led off the inning, got a single, scored on the double from Jace Jeremiah. So it's 8-3, Alameda. They have 9 hits. Swing and a miss. As Smallwood goes down pretty easily on the breaking ball. So there's 1 out here in the top half of the ninth.
Catcher, number 11, Mateo Mendoza.
So Mateo Mendoza, the 8-hole hitter up for Alameda. As at San Jose State, only had 4 at-bats there, was hitless in 2025. Takes a fastball strike around the knees. Played at College of Marin. Spent 2022 with Cal State San Bernardino. As he lines one to right center field. That one in the gap. Scoring easily is Jeremiah. Mendoza tailing for second. He's going to get there easily. It takes a little bit of a turn, but stops. That's 2 doubles in the inning for Alameda. And 2 runs for him as well on 3 hits. It's now 9-3 Merchants.
Pouring it on right now. Alameda just in their groove. Crawdads pitching struggling right now.
Yeah, they've given up a lot here as the Merchants have really gotten up in the grill of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Caleb Latimer up. He's 0 for 4. A pair of strikeouts and a pair of groundouts thus far. As he steps out upon taking the first pitch. See a meeting on the mound quickly between Coupland and the pitcher Cohen. Just a quick word from the catcher. Latimer came into this game with 1 hit on the year. It's an RBI double. He's 0 for 4 today. Cohen checks on second, delivers a pitch, and it's lined right to shortstop. Vasquez gloves it with no problem. The runner stays at second. There's 2 away. The lineup turns over to the leadoff man, Najar. Cal State East Bay man. Won the Cal State East Bay Male Freshman of the Year in 2025. First year with Alameda. Righty hitter against the lefty pitcher. Checks his swing. It's called a strike anyways. Graduated from Lemoore High School in 2023. 3 seasons of varsity baseball. He steers at an 0-1. Man on second. He chops one high to third base, back to the pitcher as Cohen cuts it off in front of Leininger. On to first in time. The side is retired, but not before the Merchants get 2 runs. Last chance for the Crawdads, who trail 9-3 here on the Crawdads streaming network. Last chance for the Crawdads here in the bottom of the ninth. Be 1-2-3 to get things going. They trail 9-3. 7 hits for the Crawdads in this ball game. Haven't been able to translate into many runs. Only 3 runs on the board for Walnut Creek. So they'll face a new pitcher, Eric Diaz. Long Beach State man. 4 appearances for the Dirtbags in 2025. Leadoff man up for the Crawdads, Jesus Vasquez. Struck out 3 times today, also popped out. He's 0 for 4. Diaz, the righty. Pitch is fouled off to the right side from Vasquez off a half swing. Be 0-1. Vasquez still searching for his first Crawdad hit. Rising sophomore at Laney College in the JUCO ranks. Right-hander kicks and deals. Fastball low, taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Vasquez, a phenomenal first campaign at Laney College. Hit .402 with an OPS well over 1,000. As Diaz waits, strides and shoots. Curveball in there for a strike on the inner third. Be 1-2. Crawdads at risk of losing their first CCL game of the year. Trailing by 6 here in the bottom of the ninth. Righty on righty. Vasquez waits on the 1-2. He fouls one straight back. To be a low fastball. Just got a piece of it. Levitt, McGee, and Ewens will be next. Walnut Creek trying to extend the game. They're giving up runs in each of the last 4 innings to Alameda. Diaz stares in for the signs, kicks and deals. That one hit very high, right side of the infield, now in the outfield. And the right fielder, Ryland, there to make the catch for out number 1. So Vasquez finishes his 0 for 5 day. That brings up Casey Levitt McGee, who's been aboard 3 times by way of 2 walks and a single. Facing the right-hander, digs in on the left side, wearing his green sleeve on his left arm. Levitt McGee, solid campaign so far as he rips one down the right field line, foul. Just right of that right field line. So instead of a potential extra base hit, do things again on the 0-1. He pulled that one hard. That one barely just touched the right field grass on the right side of that foul line.
Yeah, it was great contact, great swing, good bat speed. Levitt McGee's really turning out to be a bright spot so far with the Crawdads. Unfortunately, down 6 here. Not a whole lot you can do.
Diaz waits, kicks his leg up, and pitches a ball in the outside corner. Ball 1-1 now. Levitt McGee committed to Cal State Bakersfield on December 13th of last year. After 2 seasons at Laney College, he'll make the trip south. As he takes a low curveball. 2-1. Eric Diaz trying to quiet down the Crawdads and get out of here with a win. He's a big fella on the mound, 6 feet, 210 pounds. First appearance of the year for Alameda. 2-1 taken low. Fastball in the dirt. It's 3-1. Levitt McGee, big man himself, 6'2", 210 pounds. Former Alameda Merchant, likely with plenty of friends on the opposing side, but not friends today. Here comes the 3-1. Fastball called a strike. Bringing the count full. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Crawdads down 6. Trying to avoid going down quiet against the rival side in the CCL North. Payoff pitch from Diaz. That one skied out to shallow left. The third baseman giving chase, but it's taken instead by the shortstop, Jeremiah, for out number 2.
Now batting, your first baseman.
Tough pitch in on the hands there against Levitt McGee. Not a whole lot you can do with it in that situation, especially when it's up in the zone. Just pop it up.
John Ewens is the final chance for Walnut Creek. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Takes it on the left side against Diaz, who's vying for the 1-2-3 inning. First offering to Ewens. A little off speed taken for a ball. Ewens' lone time on base was in the 3rd. There's a walk. Part of an inning where Crawdads left 3 men on base. Had the bases loaded but couldn't score. 1-0 pitched, low again. Another off speed in the dirt. It's 2-0. Ewens, part of the Baylor team that lost to Oklahoma State in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. Took a red shirt in 2024 after suffering an injury. 2-0 pitch. Hit to first base. A diving stop and flipped to the pitcher Diaz, and that's the ball game. Crawdads fall 9-3 on opening day of CCL play for Walnut Creek. So they'll be back for game 2 of the 3-game series against the Merchants at the College of Alameda tomorrow. We'll be there for all the action. The Crawdads fall to 0-1 after losing to Alameda. It moves to 3-0 on the year. We thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow.
Scheduled for 12:30.
Again, thank you for joining us. Crawdads fall 9-3 to the Merchants.